Hello kids, how are you all? I hope all of you are doing very well, and today I am your mentor Nisha, and I have brought one more new chapter for you all, and I hope that we are going to start one of the interesting chapter related to our history. And why this chapter is going to be so much interesting? It is so because we are going to read about our ancestors. I mean to say that we are going to read about our that part on the earth which first took which who firstly put their foot on the earth, and they are called the early human beings, the ancient men. So what is this? Chapter number is chapter 18, and the title of the chapter is the early human being. Early human being. Why this stress is put on the word early human beings? We are also a human being, but why early? Early human beings means to say that those human beings which were quite different from us. What we are now, they were totally different from the current situation what we are in. So early human beings, they were not so much socialized, they were not so much cultured like what we are. We have a sense of everything, we are educated, we have lots of knowledge comparing to them, but still they are part of the history. So the title is given early human beings, how they were different from us. If we compare their life from that beginning to now, we will find a huge difference from starting to now. So what are the differences? How did they live their life? How did they survive? What were the methods of living in their life? So that all we are going to interact with them through the pages of the history. Now let's come here. The earth has been home to us for more than a million years ago. I mean to say that more than 1 million years ago, human beings started their life on the earth, and they were named early human being. So this is all about that the lump sum time period when on earth human beings started their life. Now early humans, they were called hunters and gatherers. Yes, early human beings, they were called hunters and gatherers. Why were they called hunters and gatherers? Because the hunters are supposed to be those person who used to hunt. Fine, means they had no availability of cooking food. Even the fire was not invented. So the hunters were the people who used to prey on the animals, who used to kill animals. Even they had no such weapon to kill the animals, but they somehow arranged stones in different ways to kill the animals. By firstly hitting them, and in the group they used to catch the animals by hitting with the stones and making them hurt again and again. So continuously hurting the animals made that dead on the spot, and that was the item for eating for them that time. So they were called hunters. And I would like to tell you that the hunters, I mean to say that the early human beings who were living their life in those period, they were not living alone. They used to live in the group, means they were scared of everything. So they did not let themselves to live in a separate or isolated. They were always living in the group, so that they used to protect each other. And hunting was the main purpose. And as they had nothing to do, so they kept hunting the animals and keep eating, and they used to live in the group. So it was the main advantage of living in the group, so that hunting was very easy for them. Next is gatherers. Gatherers means that the collectors. Gatherers means to collect something. So the group of the people, early human being, who used to gather the food, means anything or whatever they were getting, they used to gather, means to collect, because they were living in the group. They had their own family, their own setup of the family, and the group was huge in numbers. So they used to gather the food, and they used to distribute amongst the people who were in the group. So the main motive was to hunting and gathering. Whatever they are getting, they used to collect and eat. Whatever they are catching, they used to kill and eat. That was the whole and sole purpose of the people, purpose of the early human being. Now next, they were nomad. Yes, the word nomad, what does it mean? The word nomad means the person who is not having their own settled life. They used to move from here and there, means the person who used to keep migrating himself. Fine. So nomad means a person who is not at all settled, who don't have their own permanent settle. Permanent settlement means to say that the permanent house. We are having our own permanent settlement. We have our own permanent house. We every day we come from our home own house, and we go to school, and again back to, when we are going back to the home, then we are going to our home only. We are not changing every day. So this is all about the nomad, that they had no permanent settlement, so they used to move from one place to another place like tribal people, like what we see now. So they had nomadic life, means kept moving here and there to here. Now next is they stayed in the group. Yes, that was the major point, that the human being in that time, they used to stay in the group because they wanted protection, they wanted their own security, and they actually, what was the reason behind living in the group? Because they used to scare of everything, any loud sound by the nature. Suppose any thunder is there, any heavy rainfall is there, if any animal is crying, if animal is roaring, anything. So whatever the unusual sound which were of they know, which they were unaware, I mean to say, they used to feel scared of that. So to make themselves protected, so to make themselves feeling protected, they used to stay in the group always. So group was the strength of those nomadic people. Next is fear of nature. Yes, they were fearing of nature. It means that nature is playing their own activity, like falling of rain, thundering, flood, storm, cyclone, everything related to nature, and the natural activity is beyond of beyond of human control. Nature is what going to create, that will be created. Nature is what going to act, that will be acted. That is completely beyond our control. So these natural happenings used to happen in those time as what happening now, but those people were unaware that these are natural things, it will happen. So they used to scare of thunder, storm and flood. What is storm? Storms means like a natural act. Thunder means that thundering in the sky when there is heavy rainfall. Flood means that excessive rainfall. When there is excessive rainfall, dams are overfilled, rivers are overfilled, and sometimes dams are also broken due to the heavy force of the water. So in that time, what happens? The excessive rain, excessive water enters into the cities, villages, into the houses, and everything comes out of the force of the water. So that condition is sometimes very problematic, very out of control, and sometimes emergency is also called. So that is called flood. And these miscellaneous strings, these random names what I'm calling now, these were some natural activities which scared early human beings because they were unaware of these things. Now we think that thundering is there, flood is there, storm is there, cyclone is there. So we are aware that these are natural things. We don't need to fear of this. So this point we have done one by one. Now started to think about shelter. Now what happened is slowly early human being, as they felt the problem while living life, they started to solve the problem. Somehow they started to solve, and they successfully solved. Yes, as I said that they were nomadic. They were nomads. So I have just cleared the meaning of nomad, that they kept moving here and there. But ultimately they felt the need of shelter. Why did they feel the need of the shelter? Because of cold, because of heat, because of rain, because of thunder, everything. For that they need a roof over their head, so they started to feel the need of the shelter where they can feel protected. That is why they found a safest place, that is called caves. Yes, caves means a rock, inside that there is a deep section where they used to live, that is called caves. And the cave was a place which was completely safe for them, and it was a place which was totally protected for these early human beings. And sitting inside the caves, what did they do? They used to paint the caves, the wall of the caves, and they used to scratch the wall of the caves, so that they kept making their entertainment. Next is clothes. As we know that early human beings, that there was no cotton was not grown. So cotton is not grown, then how fiber will come? And if fiber is not there, then how clothes will be prepared? Tailor was also not there. Yes, next is clothes. They did not get anything to cover their body, so they used to hide their body with the bark of the tree and leaves, the big leaves. By attaching them, by tying them, they used to cover their body by using leaves, bark of the tree, the outer surface of the body of the tree. Next, they use the skin of the animals. Yes, by killing the animals, by eating them. Before that, they used to remove the skin of the animals. So that was the part which they kept saving, and they used to hide their body by the help of skin of animals. And this different kinds of coverage on the body by different materials that kept their body warm, that kept their body protected from heat, cold and sunlight. Next is communication. Yes, communication. Like we are communicating, they did not communicate in the same way. They had lots of means they faced lots of difficulties while conveying their message. Now we are conveying our message to each other by different ways. Like we have different command on different languages. Even I can speak Hindi, English, Bengali and Marwari too. So I don't feel any such problem, because where we have the command on the language, we can easily express our feeling. That is more important. So communication during that time, in olden age, early human being, they used to make different gestures of the hand, means gestures by the eyes, by different sign, by different facial expression, making frowning face, meaning happy face. By these expression, they used to convey their message to each other by the in between the group of the people even. But slowly they started to create smoke out of the fire. When fire was invented, they used to burn the dried leaves, and the dried leaves, when it was burning, it was creating the smoke. So the releasing smoke, that was the attraction that used to attract the people who were working here and there, and it was the message that to gather. Means कि जो human beings जो वहाँ पे काम करते थे, early human beings, उनको ये message मिलता था धुआं देख के कि हमें यहाँ पर इकट्ठा होना है. So that was indirectly calling message to the people. Apart from that, they used to beat the drums. And why did they beat the drums? Because by hitting the drums, that creating the sound, that was the message to the people to gather the place. Now next is like after these things, we can say that pigeon. Yes, pigeon. People used to tie a piece of paper in the legs of the pigeon, and that was sent to the receiver. So the pigeons were actually trained, and messengers on the horseback. So there were so many ways by which early human beings communicated with each other, and slowly this communication got development, and slowly languages came into existence, different scripts came into existence, different words we started to learn. So there are so many things which evolved slowly. So early human beings, who firstly started their life on the earth, now we are very much advanced, very much developed, well cultured and well socialized. So it is all about our history. It is nothing new. This history is part of our life only. So first of all, you write this short keys into your in your notebook, your notebook. Now I am going to start about one more new topic related with this chapter. It is Stone Age. Okay, Stone Age. Why this title is written here, Stone Age? Actually, Stone Age was that particular age when early human beings used stone very much. Means numbers of stones were used, and stone was means like indispensable part of their life. Means early human being life was incomplete without stone, because everything, or we can say that every activity in their life was dependent on only stone, because they had no other tools so that they could survive their life without stone. So stone was very much important for their life. But how? Because they used stone for different purpose. Like for hunting, suppose any animal is running, they want to kill the animal for eating purpose. So what did they do? The group of the people used to hit the animals by throwing stones, and these stone tools were different shapes. Suppose it is the blade stone, this was of this shape, this shape, and this was in oval shape. Okay, but these all tools were tied with a wooden stick and tied with the thread. Means anything bark which was there, it was tied like this. It was tied with the bark of the tree along with this. Like this it was tied so that they had very good support, so that they could hit the animals badly, so that the animals will die on the spot. So for hunting purpose they used to take carry stone every time with them. Next is digging, means suppose there is a soil surface, they want to dig something. So for digging purpose we have different tools nowadays, but that time only stone was available for them. So they used to dig by hitting the portion and removing the soil. This was the method for which they used stone. Next is different shape. Yes, stone tools, tools which were made up of stone, that was of different shape. See, these are the shape. It is rectangle in shape, it was very thin blade like stone. Next is it is triangle in shape, it is very pointed from this. ये बहुत बार घिसा जाता था तब जाकर के ये ऐसा पॉइंटेड शेप होता था. नेक्स्ट इज ओवल स्टोन टूल. सी, इट्स शेप इज ओवल. Fine. So this is all about different shapes of the stone tools, and these different shapes were used for different purpose. Okay. Now stone tools used for drawing. Yes, when early human beings started to live inside the cave, they used stone, piece of stone, to scratch the wall, and inside sitting the wall they used to draw different sketches, like this hand, yes, this, means so many sketches by sitting. Anything they used to draw on the walls of the caves, any animal, any face, anything. Okay. So next is stone age site, and now we say that early human beings lived their life for so many years. Now we are very much developed, now we are very much advanced, we are so much socialized comparing to the early human being. So early human beings, no, we will not find on the earth nowadays, because all human beings have been turned into the towards advancedness, but still the places where early human being used to stay, there are numbers of sites in India. For example, in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Bhimbetka is one of the special site where early human beings traces has been found. Lots of things has been found from these places. These places are called factory site. Yes, where the early human beings used to live their life inside the caves. These places are called factory site. अभी भी ये जगह है, and these are historical places, very famous, because early human being used to live their life there. Kalibangan, very famous place. And there are names of some rivers, even like near the bank of these rivers early human beings had settled their life, like river Krishna, Narmada, Bias. Near the bank of these rivers, early human being has used to live their life, used to stay there, and it is one of the historical and memorable things in history, and still these are very famous. And if you want to visit, you want to see these places, we can visit. These are very interesting places. So first of all, you write these important lines in the notebook. Now we will start book exercise. In very short I am writing, you just fill in the book. First number is early humans were nomads. The first one fill up will be, answer will be nomads. Fine. Second is early humans found that living in Caves provides safety. Okay. Third is early humans used leaves to cover body. Okay. Fourth is during Stone Age early humans used made tools of stone. Okay, now one by one I will make it clear. Early humans were nomads. Yes, early humans beings were nomad because they had no permanent settlements. They had no fixed home, so they used to move here and there. The people who moves here and there, they are called nomads. Okay, first is clear. Second is early humans found that living in caves provide safety. Yes, early human beings thought that cave is the safest place where they can protect themselves. Third is early humans used leaves to cover their body because they had no other option. They had only leaves, barks of the tree to cover their body. Fourth is during Stone Age, early humans made tools of stone. Yes, during Stone Age, it is quite obvious that they will be using stones only. So, beta, this is the very short book exercise I have given, I have solved here. And later on in next video, I will be giving you question answers of the chapter. Till then, have a nice day. Take care.